Here is the Dunhuang Desert, the only route of the ancient Silk Road. 1,000 years ago, countless business travelers brought silk, tea, and spice from the ancient China to the West. No matter how hard the journey is, the enthusiasm of trading seems never diminished. In April 2017, a new Silk Road appeared. The first UK-China train departed from London, passing by 7 countries with a journey of 7,500 miles, finally to the city of Yiwu, the biggest trade center for retail products in East China. The train is a part of One Belt One Road initiative in China.
To, broadly speaking, reinvigorate the old Silk Road routes, and this would include a maritime so-called road and a land-based belt, which would link China with other regional partners, and beyond that with Eastern Europe, with Russia, with Central Asia, with parts of the Middle East and Africa, right the way through to Western Europe.
So, what are the relations of the UK and this route? The UK is not only the end of the route, but also a stakeholder of One Belt One Road. In March 2015, the UK became the first Western country to join the Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank, which is the funding source of One Belt One Road. That means the better development of One Belt One Road will bring more dividends to the UK. With the new train route, 30 container British goods will be exported to China. Faster than sea, cheaper than air. In the context of Brexit, will this train bring new opportunities for UK export? One important item on the train, Scotch whisky, could be a case study.
I think in recent years the kind of British products that are popular in China has changed quite a great deal. Traditionally I think it was more in high-end engineering, manufacturing. If you're talking about retail products, then you've started seeing a lot of food and drink products being more and more popular in China. The first trains that did leave from London back to Yiwu did contain some whisky already.
According to Scotch Whisky Association, Scotch whisky ranked number 1 of UK trade in goods last year. The main markets are the European Union and North America. Asia is a newly developed market. After Brexit, the export to the European Union may be influenced. With the new train route, will there be new chances in China? Will whiskey be popular there? One good place to look is Sanlitor, the best place to experience the night of Beijing. Hundreds of bars are located here. Thousands of spirits are sold every day. The younger generation of China is enjoying their nightlife with friends, games, and alcohol. Kainan Li, a 7-year whiskey fan in China, is a frequenter here.
对于年轻人来说呢，随着包括中国近些年来的发展和我们这个生活品质的不断提升，然后陆陆续续，青年人我们会有自己的独特的消费观念和我们自己的一些消费文化，我们会去追求一些精神上的愉悦和放松。当然，这个时间绝大多数在于晚上，在这样的新的这个夜晚的消费，或者说在我们的这个夜生活里，陆陆续续的就有了这个威士忌的影子。
According to the UK Tax Authority, the export value of Scotch whisky to China in the first quarter of this year has increased about 25%. Although the increase is higher than the average in the top 20 countries, there is still a lot of space to grow for China.
whiskey consumption still makes up such a tiny proportion of the spirits market in China. One can only presume that they will drink more of it in the future as more people learn about it, are educated about whiskey. More people travel to Scotland, which again is another increasing trend. The number of Chinese visitors to Scotland is increasing, so their exposure to Scotch will increase. So I believe that in the medium to long term, Scotch has a very promising market in China.
In Scotland, many distilleries offer tours to educate people the culture of whiskey. Here in Annandale Distillery, visitors can see Chinese translation on the casks. They also have a Chinese version website aiming to sell their spirits to China. However, the small distillery is not famous among the Chinese whiskey fans, and there are seldom visitors from China.
英国的这个各个方面，特别是像旅游签证啊，对于中国并不是完全开放的。我们具有一些消费基础，但是并不是每个人都有这样远赴重洋去到苏格兰可能这个比较这个小的村落里进行消费和进行文化体验的这种环境。我觉得在这个环节上，在这个方面上，我觉得这可能是对于这些生产厂商和厂家，包括一些小的作坊来说，他们需要解决的问题。
Bringing key opinion leaders over to Scotland and maybe taking them on tours of distilleries, helping them understand how whiskey's made and the provenance of the product, and then have them in turn write about this in Chinese social media would have sort of much wider impact. So I think it's trying to be smart about marketing campaigns, bringing over the right kinds of individuals from China who maybe have a very large following on WeChat, etc., so that they can all help the general consumer understand the product and where it comes from.
With the popularity of social network in China, online marketing has become an effective way to advertise to young people. A valuable Weibo account could have more than 5 million followers. A normal advert could be liked about 10,000 times. Linking posts directly to online shops could bring a huge amount of consumers.
这些年快速成长，就是特别是在中国快速成长的电商领域，给予我们了非常大的选择的空间。因为毕竟之前我们的这个购买的渠道比较单一，比如说可能有时候我们会去沃尔玛呀，我们会去麦德龙，在我们的消费接触的过程中，我们只能接触到少量的几个品牌。 这对于我们或者对于一些这个爱好者来说，其实是挺遗憾的事情。但是呢，现在特别是在中国新兴和日益发展的这个电商平台的话，给我们非常大的选择空间。全世界各地，不同品类、不同口感的威士忌，我们现在都能够把它就是拿回我们家，放在我们的案台上。
Here is iWhiskey Shop. With the success of its online shop, the first offline shop was opened in central Beijing.
这也是那个网店发展到一定阶段，我们才萌生的这个开实体店的想法。因为这个 whisky 吧，如果只是一个网店的话，可能没有那个体验跟现在，比如说我跟你这样交流的一个平台，网店也可以促进我这个实体店的一个传播，或者是说知名度吧。实体店呢，又可以反过来就促进这个销售。
Mr. Tang has done whiskey business for more than 6 years. To popularize whiskey culture in China, he had held some tastings in his shop.
当时我们办了几场活动，一个是请了那个格兰花格的品牌大使，还有那个蒂亚吉欧的就最大的一个洋酒公司的那个销售市场营销人员。那人还是挺多的，基本上我们这个地方坐不下。我们在这个品牌推广的过程中，也会涉及到这个 whisky 文化普及吧。稍微有点了解的，他会更喜欢；如果没有了解的，他会有兴趣，就是这样。
With the spread of whiskey culture, whiskey as a kind of niche product does have some opportunities in China. However, could the situation spread to other British goods?
I would say that one aspect of this that's probably important is the idea of luxury. And when I talk about luxury, when I mention luxury, let's talk about one particular subsector, and that's home decoration. For example, it's very desirable for young new homeowners to want to decorate their properties in a very modern contemporary style, and perhaps adopt a European style and a UK style. So companies like Laura Ashley, for example, traditionally British companies, some of which have been bought out by China because they've also recognised these trends and the ability for the propensity for Chinese consumers, Chinese real estate owners to want to use European and particularly UK products in their luxury design and fashion of their homes.
Apart from luxury, safety and high quality are also the reasons that Chinese customers prefer British goods.
I think it's also what the UK stands for in terms of product safety as well as quality has been very important in accessing the Chinese market in light of certain safety scandals in China in the last decade. One example would be milk formula, so baby products. There was a milk scandal obviously in China, and so off the back of that, dairy products, any childcare products have had a point of entry into the Chinese market that they didn't previously have.
Luxury, safety, and high quality are the competitiveness of British goods. In fact, with One Belt One Road, the new Silk Road in China that aims to promote trade with countries along the route, there are also other industries could be benefited.
The UK trade in manufactured goods only accounts for about 11% of the UK economy, for 11% of UK gross domestic product. 89% of UK gross domestic product is from services, and particularly financial services and the service sector more widely. So trading with China in services will increase because China's also moving from being an agricultural economy to a manufacturing economy, and then more and more towards needing and recognizing the need for a high quality service industry. In financial services, for example, between Shanghai and London, and how important those are. So it's really important to understand that the UK, as part of One Belt One Road, is a financial centre, and London particularly is a financial centre of the world. There's more foreign exchange transaction in a business day that go through London than anywhere else in the world. So even though London's not regional, even though the UK is not regional, it's still a very important partner in terms of services for China.
The more communication, the more interaction, the better. The more high-profile visits that the government can get behind, which can act as a window onto UK services and products and the UK offering, then I think the more of that we can do at a government level, that will definitely benefit the companies who are the ones that are actually selling the product.
Today, in the context of Brexit and One Belt One Road, export from the UK to China will increase. However, the speed and scale are uncertain. More effective marketing strategies and communications between the UK and China could be expected. Potential free trade agreements might appear in the future. Just like 1,000 years ago, the desire of trading will never diminish.